right, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're on the East Coast, good evening. Midwest, West Coast, good morning, good afternoon. I am Christopher, aka El Jefe Terrell, and we are on another episode of the Networth Podcast. I'm here with my co-host,
Jody,
aka Rap Breed, and we got the main man. The man close to the source, the man close to the plug, the man that walked in here with that gas. Pastor, author, artist, dad.
Man.
My A1 day one.
Yeah.
Ace Boom Coon.
Yes, sir.
Need no introduction. Mr. New Typa Money. What going on, man?
Man, what's happening? What's happening?
Nah, man,
brother?
just glad to see you, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
looking good.
Appreciate it.
I was rocking out to your music while driving here.
Yeah.
Just really happy to get to this point, to be able to have a conversation that's fruitful for the culture and fruitful for the masses, man. So whenever you ready, man, we'll get right into it.
Man, I was born for this, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
So, man, for people who don't know you yet, that's tuning in, who is New Typa Money, man, and what does the name stand for?
Oh, man, New Typa Money. I started out in 2012 as New Money, and I want to say around about 2017, the spirit was like, I need you to change your name. And I'm like, change my name? Bro, you gave me this name. So I'm kind of battled with it, and he's like, nah, I need you to put the Typa in there. Because at the time, when you type in New Money, all type of artists popped up. But, once I made the name change to New Typa Money, I was literally the only New Typa Money in the world. So, yeah. And New Typa Money, it's not tangible. You know what I mean? It's not, when people say, they be like, money, give me some. It's like, nah, it ain't. It's that money you can depend on when you ain't got no physical currency in your pocket. It's the true riches, like my book, what it speaks on in the Bible in Luke chapter, I want to say 17. The true riches is the fruit of the spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith. You know what I mean? So all of these things are New Typa Money. So I'm just not New Typa Money. New Typa Money is what everybody needs. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay, man. Right. Now, what moment in your life made you decide you weren't gonna live life average? Cause I done known you for a long time, man, and you've never been average. You've always been a cut above the rest, just on your own planet, your own way, man. So, like, just what moment that you can really think back and be like, yeah, I just know I'm not average. I'm not finna live average, and this is what it is.
Man. I ain't never been asked that question, but that's a good one, brother. That's a good one, man. Like for real, I just always knew it, man. I never thought like average human beings. As a child, I always asked questions that people couldn't answer. Like my mom and dad, they like everybody, like the preachers. I used to go to church. Like I used to get in trouble for asking questions. You know what I mean? I remember in school, like. And I'm gonna answer the question. Yeah. But I remember in school, I used to be labeled as a class clown because, like, I was just always inquisitive. I'm like, if Christopher Columbus discovered the ocean blue in 1492, then how did the Indians teach them how to plant? Wouldn't that mean that the Indians was already over here? So how did he discover something? And the whole class busts out laughing like, Mr. Wells, get out my class. It's like. Like you just can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. So it's like I always thought different. So as I can remember, man, probably like the age of like 4, 5, cause my siblings were older. Like when I was born in 88. The year I was born, my oldest brother had graduated and was in college. Okay. You know what I mean? So like I got older siblings. So like I think growing up, my parents tried to raise me the same way they raised their other kids, but they quickly saw like, nah, he's different. Like we can't, cause I was just, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't tough, I wasn't hard, I wasn't that kid. I was that emotional kid, in tune with my emotions and just very sensitive. Like, well, y'all gotta yell at me, man. Like, why you just can't talk to me? Like, you know, and they like, okay, we gotta approach him different, you know what I mean? But I like my mind, I can remember a girl saying, like, it was a few years back, she was like, Aaron, we would be in daycare, and I used to go to Miss Corbell Brown right next door. She was like, all the kids be playing. You never played with the kids. She was like, you'll be at the edge of the road just staring in the sky, looking at the sky. And I was like, dang, you remember that? Like, I couldn't have been like 6 or 7 years old. And she, she was older than me. She was probably like 9 or something. But it's like, yeah, man, ever since I can remember, bro, I just had questions like about everything, about this God, and like y'all telling me about this, but when I ask y'all a question, y'all can't even answer the questions. So gotcha. I stopped asking people questions and I start asking myself questions. Mm-hmm. And even as a child, I started getting the answers, not knowing that was actually God that was giving me the answers.
Okay. So when you say tapping in on that level, with God, when did you know, and how do you distinguish in your own words, like that's the voice of God?
Oh man. Honestly, I didn't know. I didn't hear it clearly until like the age of 23. Yeah, I was like the age of 23, man, and I had went through so much. Honestly, voluntarily. I come, I came from a good family, man. I grew up with my mom and my dad, and you know what I mean? Mom and dad in the church, they trying to do right. But at the same time, it's kind of like their old ways of coming at me. It kind of provoked me and pushed me towards the streets and pushed me in my, cause I'm gonna be real. I went to the age of like 13 trying to please my parents, trying to please my brothers. And after a while, like when I turned 13, I'm like, man, I'm making straight A's. I'm doing everything right. I may get in trouble for talking in school, but other than that, like I ain't really get in trouble. So I'm like, I'm doing everything right, and y'all still nitpicking and finding stuff. Like, man, you know what? At the age of 13, I made up my mind. I'm not trying to please nobody. I'm not trying to live for nobody acceptance. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna do it my way. And if it don't work, it's all on me. You know what I mean? So I started taking accountability at a young age, and I realized I didn't know, but now I look and see like it's grown folks that don't like to take accountability. Yeah, right, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like I matured quick because I was also a sick child. A lot of people don't know that. I was so sick, I couldn't go out and play with the kids. Mm-hmm. So, the time we grew up, bro, you couldn't be around the grown-ups, you know what I mean? They go out there and play, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I was so sick, I was allergic to grass, I had asthma, I had allergies, so I was always around grown people. Okay. You know what I mean? I can remember being in school, all the kids playing on the playground, I used to just be crying sometimes, like, dang, why I can't play with the kids? But then I'd be sitting by the teacher, and I was just, it's funny because my whole life, even people just vent to me. So like, I used to be sitting on the bench with the teacher, and the teacher ended up venting to me about her husband and her problems, and you know what I mean, like all type of stuff. Like I just like so, I was talking to grown folks, so it's like I matured on another level. And when my dad gave his life to Christ and came to himself, and I think like 93, something like that, I was like 5 years old, and it's crazy because time my dad gave his life to God, I instantly was healed. So I felt like it kind of like was a generational curse, you know what I mean? Because we got a lot of sick people in our family, you know what I mean? But like I say, when my dad, submitted his life to God, the sickness just left, man.
Wow. Okay. Wow, man, that's powerful, man.
That's powerful, very powerful.
So, like I said, man, you got a lot going on. You on this. A lot of people call it a walk. I like to call it a journey. Yeah, you on this journey with Christ, and it's only one way. I see you shining, the road gold, sparkling one way. It's only one way. So on this one way, walking with the Father, man. Before I would say the success, if you will, what did the grind really look like for you?
I ain't gonna lie, man. My whole life been a grind, bro. Like, you honestly, like, a lot of people don't even know this man. This man right here, he the reason why I started rapping. Okay. You know what I mean? I started rapping and making beats at the age of 13, and I was the beat maker. You know what I mean? I used to play the drum. I used to be beating on the table, and I used to always beat for Major. He used to go by Major. I put him on blast. I put him out there. But yeah, I used to beat for Major, you know what I mean? And I started calling myself E-Money. And I used to be beating, and he used to always be beating everybody at the table. And I'm sitting up beating. I'm like, I'm really better than everybody. I'm saying it in my head. I'm thinking of rhymes, but at the same time, I was like, I ain't no rapper. I ain't trying to be no rapper. And then, but it's like, I feel like my grind kind of started around that age of like 12, man. Cause we used to go to steal from the school store in the morning, sell pencils. I sold candy in school. So it's like I was always a hustler. You know what I mean? I always used to grind, you know what I mean? And when what really popped it off, when we had to do that when I did start rapping, the teacher used to get mad because we wasn't doing our classwork. We'd be in class writing rhymes, the whole time. They're like, oh, y'all wanna write rhymes? I tell you what, we had a project on Coca-Cola. So she was like, since y'all wanna rap so much, you know what I mean? Rap about Coca-Cola. And if it's good, y'all can do it on the TV in the morning. In the morning, like the TV used to come on, and
so it was like school news.
School news in middle school. What was it? What, 6th grade, 7th grade?
Yeah.
No, 8th grade. 8th grade. So like when we did that, and the teacher recorded it, and it was so good, man. They played it on the channel, the news channel in the morning, and since then we was like celebrities, you know what I mean? Like,
for real.
Yeah, we was real like.
So really, we actually was the first ones to come up with a Coca-Cola jingle.
Everybody
getting paid, but we
kind of slipped that because they owed us our hey, Coca-Cola, you seeing this, man? Like, hey, we can still, I could, hey.
You say double on back.
Yeah, come on now. We need our check. But yeah, man, it was at that moment where it's like something hit me like, okay, we got some, you know what I mean? Cause like bro was rapping, but it's at that moment too, my little cousin Jarquise, he lied to us and told us he made the beat, but come to find out he done stole one of Lil Wayne beats and said he made it and got us rapping to us. So I'm thinking he made it, but the good part about it, he told me about a program called Fruity Loops. And because he told me about the program, I'm like, you know what? Man, that nigga lying. I'm gonna start making our own beats, bro. And I started making all our beats. So I started producing and rapping at 13, man. And like I say, from then, man, it's like I just kind of became a hood celebrity because I was making beats for everybody in my city. Ocilla, Cordell, Tifton, Douglas, like all the surrounding counties, they used to come to me and get their beats. And I was probably like the youngest producer at that time, you know what I mean? So it's like I kind of always like just been it was a hood celebrity, but he probably couldn't tell, but I didn't really like the spotlight.
Okay.
I ain't never liked the spotlight. If he could remember, I used to always like, even my partner that gave me this, he was like, bro, this was a gift. And he was like, bro, I remember you used to wear rose gold all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was like, bro, you was the first one and the only one I remember with the rose gold. But I used to let bro hold my drip. Well, first of all, around 8th grade summer, like bro went to the up here with his dad in 9th grade, and I had started selling a little weed, you know what I mean? So I'm selling a little weed, and I'm making so much money that my parents buying all my stuff, so I can't keep the stuff at my house. So I'm almost like, I don't know if you saw like the Notorious Big movie where he used to have to go up to the top and change his clothes. Yeah. I used to keep my clothes and my jewelry at his house, at Chris' house. I'm like, hey, bro, bring me my rose gold Jesus piece. Yeah. You can wear the other one.
Yeah, you wear the other one.
Yeah, you wear the other one, you know what I mean? Like, hey, bring me my Dickie, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I couldn't keep my clothes and some of my money at the house. It was crazy.
Bro, we did some crazy stuff.
Stealing cars. Oh, man, fooling with him, man. Oh, man. Maybe I'm saying too much, man. But we used to steal this man's stepdaddy car. We couldn't have been like 12. Steal this man's stepdaddy car because he used to keep the key in the gas in the gas cap. So we'll wait till everybody go to sleep. It's like 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'll We'll put the car in neutral, put the truck in neutral. It's like an F-150, brand new. Put the truck in neutral, push it out the driveway, crank it up, and man, we uptown, like with the gangsters, with the, you know what I mean? We thinking you know what I mean? Yeah, I took away, man.
We
Like,
did some crazy stuff.
But like, man, it was, you know, man, where we from, man, it wasn't nothing to do.
Right.
So we had to be creative. We had to find stuff to do. And unfortunately that was trouble. And girls, you know, weed, you know, it's just, man, you got me reminiscing.
Now, New, what's one mistake people keep making that you feel like is holding them back?
Being stuck on the past. Yeah, that's one thing that kind of held me back. A lot of times, and I'm even starting to realize that now, a lot of times we could feel like we have forgiven people because, man, I hate to say it, man. I don't even hate to say it, man. I feel like most people, whether they admit it or not, are dealing with some type of childhood trauma.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, for so long, I tried to fix other people and make people see it. And because of that, I thought I had, you know, forgave people, but I was holding a little, you know, bitterness and animosity in my heart. And God still, you know, continued to show me stuff. But I really feel like the biggest thing that hold people back is, man, that inner child, man, they childhood. Yeah.
Now, you know, a lot of people look at that topic, that inner child, and I think in the black community, it's always, well, I did the best I could. Do you think the best I could is really the best I could? Or do you think, like you talked about, the generational curse not being broken, them not being taught, and it just kind of, you know, it just continued to get passed on?
Yeah, man, it's at this point, man, it's just no excuse, man. Like, true enough, I even used to use that excuse, like, okay, man, my parents, they did the best they could. But I realized they did the best they wanted to do.
Gotcha.
Because I always feel like it's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? Like, even me now, I'm always trying to be a better father. So for me to be a better father, I do what my parents didn't do. I'm asking my daughter stuff. Like, you know, growing up, bro, we didn't get taught to. We got taught at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's trauma within itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You always yelling, you always fussing, and a lot of times, you know, it may not, it wasn't even our stuff. It'd be like you mad from the job, or you and mama done got into it, or mama done got into it with your daddy, and a lot of that coming out on the child. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, why you always mad? Like, I'm around the house happy and stuff, and you mad. But I realized, like, it's tough, and it's a conversation that, you know, parents don't want to have or even don't want to hear. But that's the thing, when a child start, like, our generation, the millennials, are the generation that's like, it's like we got to the point, like, you know what, the buck stops here. You know what I mean? I gotta heal this. And it's unfortunate, while you're healing, your parents gonna feel that because they're directly connected to you. You know what I mean? They are you. You are them. You know what I mean? So once you go through that healing process, man, it's gonna be stuff that you bring out, just like I'm bringing stuff out in this interview. I know my mom and dad, people gonna see it and be like, oh, I ain't trying to talk bad about nobody. I ain't got, it's the truth. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, in the black society, the black household, we don't want to deal with the truth. We don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? We don't want to hear the truth that, man, we really need therapy. Just as a black, like, we are, like, almost all of us, man, we need therapy, man. Like, all the stuff I saw and went through, and a lot of stuff I put myself through, like, in the streets, and just a lot of stuff I was introduced to, I can't even say in the church, spiritually wise, like, I need therapy. I'm like I do. I'm saying if it's a therapy, and I don't need any type of therapy. Like, I need a metaphysical, paranormal, spiritual therapist, and I don't even know if that exists. But yeah, man, like we like, when you hear therapy or something like that back in the day, it's like, oh, I ain't crazy.
Right.
But that is you know, man, it's so many layers to this stuff,
It
man.
is,
It get
man.
deep.
It's a Pandora box.
It get deep, man.
It's a Pandora
And
box.
if somebody don't break the cycle, it's just gonna continue to happen. It's just gonna continue to happen.
So let me ask you this. From your past up until now, if there was one thing that you would have to change, that you could change from your past, what would that be?
Man, that's a great question. Cause honestly, I used to always say, man, I ain't got no regrets in life. I wouldn't change nothing. I used to say that so quick, but if I really think now, what I would have changed is I probably would have got my own place earlier.
Okay.
Probably would have experienced that earlier instead of waiting longer. Cause my whole life I just been bounced from high school, been bouncing around, staying with cousins, staying with brothers, staying with this female, that female, paying their bills, doing this one. Like, cause I just went and got my own. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had the money. You know what I mean? So that's really probably the only thing, man. Everything else, like, and it made me who I am,
That's
man.
right.
You know what I mean? And I tell people like I'm kind of throwed off like that boy Peter in the Bible, so I ain't for real. I ain't the pastor or apostle or prophet that's you 3-piece suit and this and that. Like, nah, my ministry looks more so like Jesus. Like, I'm in the street, I'm in the hood, I'm in the clubs, I'm in the bars, I'm in the juvenile facilities. I'm out there with the people. I'm in the marketplace, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's dangerous out there. Like, I didn't even know what type of environment I was coming in with this. I got the fire on me everywhere I go, you know what I mean? I'm in church with you know what I mean? It's just me, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. Now, watching as you've elevated, like I said, we've known each other a long time, and that there is absolute elevation, supernormal elevation for you. So my thing is, obviously, there's always money tied to it. You're compensated for your time. You're compensated for what you're doing for the masses. How did you go from making money to understanding money?
Whew. Man, to be honest, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm just probably getting to the point where I'm understanding currency. First of all, I had to change it from money to currency. That's probably like within the last maybe 6 years. COVID kind of really made me slow down and really like look at money different. Like it's not just because bro, I've been making money since 12, so I'm a hustler. But that's almost like my problem. Like I get bored. Like I do something and I make 10, 20, 30,000 doing all type of stuff, but then I get bored and I want to do something else. You know what I mean? So it's like,
now I want you to be clear with people, not 10, 20,000 in a year. Like you normally do this in a month. I mean, it's a quick turnover for you. Hey man, don't be humble.
Listen, I ain't trying to throw out no, like, you know what I mean? But it's like I said, I had to realize it's currency. You know what I mean? So it's a flow. So for this thing to flow, I need to start making smarter investments. You know what I mean? And like my name also, the new type of money, I play around with the crypto and the stocks and foreign exchange. I like challenging myself. I love like doing different stuff, man. So I this what changed. I read the book what the man Robert Kiyosaki, I forgot the book, but it's like 4 brackets, and like the employee, the employer, it's the sum, and then it's the investor. And I realized I'm not an employee, I'm not an employer, I'm an investor. And that's what changed the game for me. Like once I realized I'm an investor, that's when it seemed like people start coming to me wanting to invest in me. So not like now, kind of what I do, I like, shoot, bro, if I go broke, I play with the investors' money. I do what
they do.
Yeah, I play with, you know what I mean, credit. I play with, You know what I mean? Like,
We
yeah,
tracking.
like
Tracking.
if I ever get there, I can call my people, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, I need you feel me? And I'm gonna flip that, give them what they want, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They percentage and take mine and invest in something else. And that's kind of how I live my life, man. Just flipping money.
So you call yourself an investor. What value do you bring to your investments?
Say, what value do I bring to my investors?
Yes.
Honestly, I believe the value I bring is new type of money.
Okay.
It's way, like, everybody that deal with me is bigger than the money. Like, I'm gonna be real, man. I ain't really never care about no money.
Mm.
Like, I can get money, but I don't care about no money. Like, for real. Like,
Right.
So what I bring is like a spiritual advisor, like spiritual insight. Like, I'm an empath. I can feel people. I can see things. If I look in your eyes, I don't like looking in people's eyes, but I look in people's eyes and God will show me their childhood. He'll show me where they at now. He'll show me what he want them to be in the future. And depending on what he showed me, he may give me some, and he may not give me that. I may have to just sit on it. He may give me something to speak to them to help them get to the future, or to help them get from their past, or to help them wrap where they at. So it's like, man, what I bring to investors and just people in general, bro, is like gas. I bring God, bro. I'm like Dion say, everywhere I go, bro, God is there. You know what I mean? Like, people had to realize, like, and this may go against some people's theology, but I don't care, man. Like, God didn't just he didn't just give me the breath. God is the breath. Mm-hmm. God doesn't just give me ideas. A lot of my ideas are God. And because we don't take them ideas as God, trying to actually bring heaven to earth, a lot of time we procrastinate on them ideas, and we be sitting around like, man, dang, God, why I need some money, I need this, and God, like, I gave you the idea. The idea was the multi-million-dollar, but you didn't act on the idea. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, that's, man, I got so many gems and jewels, bro. Like, I feel like first of all, I never felt like Earth was home to me. And like, I feel like a ancient, I don't even know, mystic or something, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just here. Like, I'm just here on a mission. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm like the reincarnation of, I don't know, bro, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, or like anybody that came and died for the cause, bro. Like, I feel like that's what I am. Okay. And I feel like I'm a die about the cause. Okay. And I ain't afraid of death. You know what I mean?
Now, listening to you when you were saying that, you know, the thought is God, you know, the breath is God. You know, you got some people, like you said, that get really caught up in it. So some people be like, well, new type of money is almost like saying you are God. You know, so like, how do you feel about that, from that realm and that theology?
Well, in actuality, you know, since we went there, you ain't gotta accept it or not. We all are gods. And it tells us that in the Bible. You can go to Psalms 82. You know what I mean? And then when Christ came on the scene in the New Testament, and he said, you know, me and the Father are one, they tried to come up against him. And he took them to the Torah where it said, he said, well, don't it say in your Torah that ye are gods? They couldn't say nothing. You feel me? Because I feel like the scribes and the Pharisees of that time, they knew that. Just like the people that run the powers that be, they know that. But they can't tell you that. Because if you know who you were, they couldn't control you. You know what I mean? So I feel like, not even I feel like, the reality is we are all gods. Question is, what God are you submitted to? Because people say it's one God, and I'm like, it's either you're submitted to the Most High God, the Most High Elohim, or you're submitted to, people fail to realize, Satan is the God, lowercase God, of this world. The prince of the air, the God of this world. So the reality is we're all gods. But is you rocking with the God of this world or you rocking with the Most High God? And see, people got it twisted. That's why I don't be fooled when people be like, God. God is just a title. You feel me? A lot of people that's got material stuff is actually blessed by the God of this world. That ain't come from the Most High. You know what I mean? So you just got to be careful, man, because, man, hey, y'all may think I'm crazy, and I am crazy. And if you don't think I'm crazy, then you crazy. But this is who I am. I got ADHD, I'm bipolar. Hey. Like I say, I need therapy, y'all. I need therapy, man. Hey, this, you know what I mean? So it just.
Well, I got another question for you. Yes, I got another. What is it like being a dad?
Tough. Okay. With my schedule. I'm actually in the process of like moving back to Jacksonville. That's actually where my 8-year-old daughter is. She's in Oakleaf Plantation. But man, being a dad, man, honest, that's like one of the greatest things to me, man, for real. Because when people say like how many kids you got, I usually say 4 or 3 or 4, because I was married, I got a divorce, but I still count my other bonus kids. Yes. I got a son, Preston Lewis. He going to FAMU. Shout out to my son. Got my daughter. Gloria Lewis. She graduates this year, May 22nd.
That was up.
And my 8-year-old daughter. That's my only biological daughter. And then I have a goddaughter that I also call my daughter, Gabby. She's 14. And yeah, man, I love being a father. But
I can tell.
Sometimes it's difficult because it's like my schedule be so crazy, and then like, you know, it's just a constant pull and trying to balance it out, and trying to balance my time, balance my schedule, you know what I mean? But I think this time around God done sent me the right young lady. So she's definitely helping me prioritize, because like I said, I got ADHD, and the way my mind think, like I'll be on one thing, I'll be focused over here, then I get off track and I'm over here and I'm over there. So it's like I need little help. You know, God say a helpmate. He say he'll see you a helpmate. So yeah, you know, hopefully I got it right this time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So with being, I don't want to call it being all over the place. I like to call it motivation. Because when you're anointed, when you had a gift, when you got unlimited favor, I like to call it motivation. So how do you stay disciplined when the motivation just isn't there? Like you said, my schedule's all over the place. I'm trying to be a dad. I'm on this journey. I'm on this one way. You know, I'm focused. Like, how do you stay on the days? And I know everybody have them. Like, how do you be like, you know what? The day just ain't the day.
I made up in my mind probably 8 years ago, I would never have another bad day in my life. I don't even want to use that word bad. And I kind of got that from my mama, because people call kids bad, and my mama worked in the school system for years, and she always say, they're not bad. They're not bad. So I really don't like that word bad, but I like to say I have challenging days. Mm-hmm. Some of my days are more challenging than others, but I'm real careful about the words that I use and the words that I put in the atmosphere, because it's power in the tongue, you know what I mean? And it's power in thought, you know what I mean? Ideas are things. So it's like, on those days, man, where it's rough, I used to think it was a bad thing, but man, I shut it all down. Shut the phone off, shut it all down. I get in the presence, and I just, some people call it tongues in the church. I call it my heavenly language or my spiritual language, man. I sit there for hours, and I just, I sit there for hours until I'm just overwhelmed with peace and joy and love, and just like God is right there. You know what I mean? That's all I got. Like I would suggest anybody that like, if you think it's weird or whatever, man, if you a believer or even if you ain't, man, ask God for your spiritual language, man, your heavenly language, because that's one of my most powerful spiritual tools, man. I ain't gonna lie. I can rap in it, I can sing in it, I can talk in it. You know what I mean? And people like, well, what you saying? I don't know what I'm saying all the time, but God knows. You know what I mean? That's even in my devotion. I got a drop of devotion on me the other day. It really hit me like, man, most of the time we pray wrong. Like over there in Romans 8, it say we don't even really know what we supposed to be praying for. So it's like the audacity of us to go to God, like, God, I need this, and God, give me this, and me, my this, my that, me, my. It's a lot of selfish, prideful, egotistical. We treat God like a genie, and that's not even the way to pray. Like when you look prayer up in the Hebrew, the biblical thing for prayer is the meaning was to self-judge, to self-reflect, to introspect. Now ain't that completely different from
everything you've been
from
taught?
what, you know what I mean? Like
Everything.
that, but that's like what the Bible that we got was translated from Aramaic and Hebrew to English, where the Old Testament and the New Testament was translated from Greek. But this whole American system, we're more so, it is the Roman Greek philosophy. You know what I mean? And that's the Greek word of prayer does mean to wish or to make a vow, you know what I mean? But I lean more towards the Hebrew and the Aramaic, everything. Like when I read the Bible, I'm busting every word down in the Hebrew. I'm busting every word down in the Aramaic. And that's, I think a lot of people get lost in the translation when they read the Bible and they take everything literally. But the thing is, like, even in the English language, one word can have five
different meanings.
Right. You know what I mean? That's how they screw you on the paperwork in court and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that, you looking at that word thinking it mean this, and you assigned it, like, but you know what I mean? But the people perish for a lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? So, and I'm dropping so many jewels.
Yeah, you will, man. People perish for a lack of knowledge. Hey.
Give it.
So now we're in 2026. Everything is like how we talked about earlier. We probably had the first Coca-Cola jingle.
Period.
So now, you know, we had social media back then, where it is now. You have major brands out there that people follow one way, plugged in.
I don't got plugged in no more.
Yeah, got plugged in no more. Yeah. We got books out. We got gas. New Typa Money. So social media influence. How did you turn your brand into something people trust and follow? Because the other day you got on live, it was like 2,000 people on live there early. I'm like, you know, so you was on live and I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna be real, man. I still don't feel like I got the trust of people. Okay. Because I feel like I'm so everywhere. Well, I'm hard for people, like people that they can figure out. People like people that they can put in a box. It's like I've been saying since 2012, don't call me a Christian. Okay. Like, what? But that ain't no knock to anybody else. Just the Spirit told me that that's not what I am. Right. You know what I mean? And when I looked it up, you know, I did my I'm very well versed, very well studied. I studied, you know, different religions. I studied different, I talk to atheists. I'm you know what I mean? I want to know, why do you think the way you think, instead of just attacking a person for the way they believe. But it's like when I looked it up, the first followers of Christ were actually they were calling themselves the way, or followers of the way. You know what I mean? Because they were actually being crucified and, you know, condemned for the way that they was living. You know what I mean? Okay. And you know, when I found out that the word Christian actually was a word of mockery. You know what I mean? It wasn't a prideful word, like, I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? It's like, it made me realize why the Spirit told me that that's not what I am. Like I say, I'm listen, believe whatever you want to believe. I don't man, but it's like, I just got a more in-depth knowing on everything. And that ain't to brag, and then it's an inner knowing. But we all got it. But you got to tap into it. You know what I mean? It's there. I like to tell people, I ain't got all the answers, but all the answers are within me. You know what I mean? You ain't got all the answers, but all the answers you need, they in here. It's in you. Cause people, I like in that book, my book True Riches, man. I've written it a couple years ago while I was actually, man, going through one of the toughest parts of my life, divorce. You know, been, you know what I mean? And I'm working on this book, True Riches, and the whole book is based on like how us as human beings, we go our whole life looking for love, joy, peace, validation, gratification, exterior and externally, when everything that we need is already inside of us. We're like a seed. Well, we are God's seed, right? So there's like a seed in the ground. Like you plant a seed, you plant an apple seed, you're going to get apples because everything that seed needs is already in it. You just got to put it in the right soil, the right environment, give it some water, give it the sun, give it the sunlight. And whatever in that seed is going to come out. So it's the same thing with us. Like we are a seed. So it's like, man, when you just, it's like the word say, you seeking, you should find. Knocking, it shall be open. And I'm a truth seeker. I'm going to seek it out. I want to know the truth. Like I said, you just can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. They done try to do that to me my whole life. It's like, man, America is built on illusion. You know what I mean? Like, so I just always see through the illusion. The veil been lifted from my eyes a long time, man. So it's just like, yeah, I just know that's my belief. Everything is within. Then, you know, people be like, well, no, everything you need is in Jesus. And it's like, okay, well, Jesus is inside of me, right? God is inside of me, right? My purpose is inside of me. Everything I need. And people like, well, I need money. Money ain't inside. Yeah, it is. Because you really don't need money. You do, but you don't. You need an idea. Because everything that is anything came from an idea. So if you get an idea, especially if it's a God-given idea and you don't procrastinate on it, you put it to, like that book, it started as an idea. That shirt, it started, all my rhymes, it started as an idea. And once I put it out, it's a demand for it. That's basic economics, supply and demand. So once you take it out of the unseen and bring it to the scene, there you go, your money right there.
Yeah.
Purpose brings money.
You right.
That's how I see it, man.
So with social media now, man, you know, it's helping a lot of people financially. It's getting things that we would have to play the telephone game about, or I had to wait to see somewhere to talk about it. So now with the young people, and you really harped on that with the killing, what they're listening to. I came to a young lady's funeral and you spoke about, you know, what people are putting into them, you know, the seeds. Yeah. So do you think now in the state that we're in with social media, do you think is helping or hurting people as a whole?
It's tough because it's I see the pros and the cons in it, but the reality is, man, like I say, I go deep. So it's like we got smartphones, smart TV, and when you really look up the root word of smart, like the original word of smart, it means to hurt, to ill will. Like you could go look this up for yourself. You know what I mean? So like that's like the answer right there. It's like it seems cool, like even AI and all this. It's like, you know, and I'm tapping into it a little bit so I won't get left behind, so I won't be like the other, you know, the generation before, like, all this stuff is just like, I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I try to keep up with it, but at the same time, I feel like technology is gonna kind of turn on us.
Enable us.
Yeah, and it enabled us to, like, man, I remember back in the day, man, like, bro, you was like that too, bro. We could remember, I remember your number, all my homeboy number, like, cause we didn't have cell phones, we had house phones, right. But like, man, I can't even barely remember my number, you know what I mean? So it's like, I see it's like the good and the bad, but it's like, it's making, I feel like the generation that's coming up lazier and dumber, or like They ain't got no common sense, or like, it's crazy. It's called social media, and these kids don't even know how to be social. Right. You know what I mean? So like, like the answer is there. Like, I talk to a lot of young guys, and man, a lot of young guys in prison and stuff, man, and they don't even know how to approach a young lady. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't, cause they may see a young lady out and be friends with on IG or something, and then like, dang, she was bad. I'm like, why you ain't holler at her? I'm finna send her a message. And I like, that's just weird to me, man. You know, we was like on some player stuff. Like, I'm gonna walk up and I'm like, hey, what going on with your baby girl? Like, you know what I mean? Right, like, I'm used to that, but so much has changed, man. I kind of feel like an alien. For real. But like I say, I don't try to like talk bad about it, cause I try to keep up with the times and stuff, man. But I don't think it's gonna be good, man. Cause like, I think about simple stuff, man. Like, probably when my daughter have kids, they not even gonna know what a broom is. You just put the thing on the floor and it clean the floor.
Yeah. We got that now.
You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's simple stuff that they're not even gonna know. Right. You know what I mean? You got kids that don't even know how to pump gas.
That's true.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? like
I mean, it's kids that don't even want to drive no more. I mean, they got Uber. I mean, they don't. Yeah, it's.
Then they got
going to an ATM using a debit card. What? Apple Pay, Cash App.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You remember they taught us how to balance a checkbook in school. Like, and there's no point of that now. You like, it's just a lot of stuff, man. There's gonna be non-existent within the next 5-10 years, man. Man, I remember the first car I had. You remember this, man? Gas like 97 cents. There you go. You put $20 to ride all day, man, all week. You feel? Yeah. But man, this is, like I say, I don't want to talk bad about it, but it's. I'm one known for breaking tradition, but at the same time, I'm being so much cautious, because even like the old school church and stuff, a lot of them old stuff that old folks used to say is coming back to my mind. And it's like, I be saying to my partners, and they be laughing. They be like, boy, what you doing? But I'm like, boy, I think I'll run on and see what the end gonna be. You know what I mean? I find myself like, hey, boy, how you feeling, boy? It's something on the inside, working on the outside. Bought about a change in my life. You know what I mean? Like, boy, what you doing? Boy, hey, I'm running for my life. Boy, like, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of traditions that wasn't bad. You know what I mean? I feel like whipping is one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like in certain aspects, because some people like, I ain't gonna say that, but honestly, was child abuse, man. Yeah. But you know what I mean? But in its place, I can see where, like, I mean, the Bible say you spare the rod, you spoil the child, man. So it's certain stuff like that I see that I didn't get as a child, and I'm trying to, even when you talked about, being a father, I'm trying to find that balance, because I didn't have a voice, I didn't have an option to nothing. Like these kids now, like I call my dad, hey baby, what you want to eat? We didn't have, it wasn't what you want to eat. Right. You know what I mean? Right. You eat this, or you ain't eat that. You know what I mean? So it's like, trying to find that, if it even is a perfect balance, you know what I mean? So,
and some of that, what you spoke on about that childhood trauma.
Yeah, that
was some trauma right there.
Yeah,
when you say, hey, you got to eat this, or you don't eat at all.
Yeah,
in your mind, you like, I got to eat this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to eat it. And then I'm gonna say for myself, because I did.
Yeah.
I would eat it, and then I'd probably go throw it up.
Right.
Because I didn't want it.
Right.
But later on, it was like, I remember my aunt telling me, she's like, when you get old enough, you cook for yourself. Then you fix what you want. So, I realized that, but then, hell, when am I gonna get to cook for myself?
Right.
Right now, I'm hungry now. I don't want to wait. Damn, I gotta wait 30 years damn near, you know what I'm saying? Shit, come on. You know?
Yeah.
So man, that's that childhood trauma.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. It get deep.
Yeah.
Like I'm still pulling layers back. Man.
Right.
I'm just 37, but man, I'm still pulling layers back, man. It's like, even in my marriage, I started to catch myself. I remember a time I was freshly married, got married in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My wife, ex-wife, she had a house off Memorial, and we had moved back to Georgia. And she was downstairs. We had this big, beautiful house, man. She was downstairs, and she was like, "Babe," I was like, "What?" She was like, "Never mind." And at that moment, the spirit was said, like, and my bad, this is my truth. You're turning it into what you hated.
Yes.
And I'm like, dang, I gotta change, man. I just went to crying. I was in it, but I'm in the studio. I'm focused. Like I'm thinking in my head, like, man, she interrupted me, like you know what I mean. And it's like, bro, you gotta change your approach. You know what I mean. Even when I had go get my daughter at times, man. I catch myself sometimes, you know, being caught up, like with that ADHD too, being caught up in what I'm caught up in, and she trying to show me what I'm like, what, baby, what? And that's not even as hard as we got it, but still it's still that energy that could make her shut down. And I don't ever want to take her voice. I don't ever want to tell her to stop asking questions. You know what I mean? Because, man, you to go back to that, what you say, what you feel like holding us back, I feel like as we grow up, man, we lose one of the greatest things to mankind, imagination. You know what I mean? Because we allow whoever, parents or friends, teachers, to kill our dreams, man. Like, I always been a big dreamer, you know what I mean? But some of my dreams I allow people to kill, you know what I mean? Well, back then, I ain't like everything I ever dreamed. I ain't got that private jet yet, but
I mean that's really true.
Yeah.
You know, as we sit here and unpack, you know, not only here, but you know, I look at this platform not only as the highlight, you know, entrepreneurs, people that's in your space, that has a message that people need to hear.
Yeah.
You know, it's a must, but it's also a therapy session. We're talking about things that people don't want to talk about. You know, and hearing you talk about it, I'll say 3 years ago for me it would have been triggering. And that's the thing, because as a kid growing up, you know, my voice was taken away. You didn't have a choice.
Facts.
Hush, because I said so.
Yeah, because I'm your mom.
Yeah, because I'm your mama. Because you don't have an opportunity to banter back and forth to, and I think that's what, like, you know, the question that's being asked, that's what set us back.
Yeah.
Because you get in a space where kids know how to talk. They're not afraid. You know, hey Chris, go ahead and read. And you know, growing up, I had a stammer. So for me, it was always hard for me to talk anyway. And then it didn't make it no better. You know, your mom scared the bejesus out you, so you couldn't talk about nothing. So it was just, you were just lost. So once you do find your voice, it was just like, I you know, growing up and, you know, getting over the stammer and gaining confidence about myself. Man, I was like Forrest Gump, man. like when he was running and those things came off his legs, man. I was like Forrest Gump. Like, I'm just running and I ain't stopped running since. You know?
I'm going to say, man, bro, my partner, he's the stutter in school, you know what I mean? And I stutter, my dad stuttered, my brother stuttered. But like, bro had it bad, man. But when he went off to the military, which was the Navy or Marines?
Marines, yeah.
Went to the Marines and he came back. I remember, I forgot when it was, bro, but we was up at the center and we were just sitting down and we met up there and we was talking. I'm like, it had been about 30 minutes. I'm like,
missing something.
Bro, you ain't stuttering. He like, yeah, man. You know, I'm like, bro, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now the crazy thing, when he rapped and when he sung, he never stuttered. You know what I mean?
Like, and a lot of people don't know that about me. Like the whole rapping thing, that was my thing, man.
You was a rapper.
Yeah.
Bro,
for real.
And I'm gonna say that on the podcast, bro. Yeah. And you know, I cry. I ain't the one that say, "Oh, men don't supposed to cry." Like, but it kind of make me a little emotional, bro. Like, I thank you.
I appreciate you,
Cause
man.
like I say, I looked up to him because he was rapping it, and that's how I got introduced to it. And it's like rapping gave me my voice.
Okay.
I didn't have an outlet besides basketball. Then I kind of, allowed Woot the Woot to kill my little basketball dream. You know what I mean? So after that, all I had was rap in the streets. You know what I mean? And honestly, being in that studio, making beats, locking myself in the house, some was making 3 beats a day. You know what I mean? That kept me out of the streets. You know what I mean? So man, like, bro, you helped save my life, dog. Like for real, bro.
It's a full circle moment for me as well. It was things that I was dealing with in my household. That's why I wanted to be at your household. Like, you felt like your household wasn't as balanced, and I felt like that's what I was missing in his household. I didn't have a 2-parent household. So going to his house, I don't want to say envious, but I was like, that's what made me want to be at his house, because that's what I needed, and that's what I missed. So, it's just he was looking up to me, and I was chasing what he had and wanted to just be a part of it. Not even, we even rode to school together. His mom would pick me up every morning.
If we didn't stay at each other's house that weekend and go to school together, because it's like, man, I used to like being in his house because I felt freedom.
Right.
I could express myself. You know what I mean? It was one time, and my folks got so in the church, and the preacher preached about y'all letting your children listen to that evil rap music. They came and took my stereo, I'm like, God dang. I remember I got so mad I threw my rhyme books away and everything, but it's like going to bruh house. It was, now I ain't gonna lie, now Miss Stephanie didn't play the radio either, but it was a sense of freedom. I could be myself. You know what I mean? Around my parents, I had to create a character. You know what I mean? And even in with my daughter, like, it's kind of maybe I'm not telling nobody else to do this, but like, I will, especially being a preacher's kid and raised in the church, I never want my daughter to have to feel like she has to be somebody else around me and then get with her friends and be somebody else. You know what I mean? Even if, like I say, I don't really condone her cussing or whatever, but it's almost like I'd rather her be free. You know what I mean? Than to get behind me and, oh, mother, you know what I mean? It's like, so I'm even trying to find, again, the balance in that. You know what I mean? Because I want her to be herself, but at the same, and I want to give her choices, options, but at the same time, with some stuff, it's like, nah, this ain't optional. This what you doing. This what we doing. This what we eating. Sometimes, you know what I mean? To try to bring that good duality or polarity, you know what I mean?
Got you, man. So still, talking about the social media and the influence, in your opinion, man, lifelong hustler at this point, what's the difference between hustling and having a real system?
Ooh. See, now this way, I'm keeping it G. I'm still figuring it out. I don't have a real system yet.
Okay.
I'm still, I have a sense of a system, but I'm still more so still hustling.
Is that because you got so many outlets?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to integrate it all together. And it would definitely help if I had a team, but unfortunately now I don't have that. So I'm you know what I mean? I'm doing everything, man. I'm like, even back then we was rapping like we had groups and but I'm making the beats, I'm rapping, I'm the engineer. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing it I'm doing it all, and it's like I could do it back in the day, but man, I'm getting older. Like you know what I mean? So it's time for me to outsource some of this stuff and to get a better system, because I kind of always been the type too. I could delegate, but then if you ain't doing it the way I need it to be done, hey man, appreciate it. Go a couple dollars. I'm just do it myself, because I'm kind of a perfectionist too. So I like stuff done a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the ADHD or what.
Nah, you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Definitely a perfectionist. So do you feel like a 9 to 5 is dead, or you feel like people just don't know how to leverage it? Cause you never been a 9 to 5 guy.
I'm quit about every job I done been on.
Right. I remember you had me come work at Burger King just to quit.
And the only reason I was at that job because I had got in a wreck. Oh, you was who you?
I was in the truck.
Who hit that white girl car? We mess around it. Tripping, man. I used to sell weed at school. So I'm trying to, it's a true voice. So I'm trying to rush out and get out of class so I can go get me a blunt down the road and so we can smoke, you know what I mean? And, post up, get me a little money. And I'm backing out and I end up hitting this white girl car. And just so happened her grandma, it was her grandma's car, and her grandma worked at the schoolhouse with my mom. So like
it was crazy.
We hit it and like looking at bro, I'm like,
we got to get our lie together.
So we tore it down, went to the store, got the blunt, then we came back. By the time we came back, the girl was walking out. So I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, hey, sweetie, I hit your car. She's like, oh, it's okay. One of them bubbly, cookies. Oh, it's okay. I'm like, you sure? Like, you don't want to, like, police report or, and she's like, no, it's good. It's okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now we got to come up with a lie
to go tell
tell my dad. Because, you know what I mean? Because and people thought I was spoiled because I had a truck at 16.
Yeah, he had a Chevy Extreme.
Extreme, yeah.
He had an S10 Extreme with the body kit,
the kit on and everything. Now the crazy thing about it, I didn't like it.
But
it was cool. I wanted a dope boy. I wanted,
Cutlass Chevy,
Cutlass, something like that. Not even, knowing like, bro, you got a whole, you feel me? So I don't hit it. So we went to my brother barbershop. Yeah. So I'm like, so bro, we'll just say we hit like this right here. So we had like a church event that night.
Yeah, we did.
Went out there and my dad messed around and called. He like, oh, but come on, right now. I'm like, oh, so they got there and whoop, whoop. So long story short, I ended up having to get a job to pay for the damage on the girl car and my car. So man, after I kind of paid it off, cause I really, man, I was making more money in the bike selling weed than I was on my check. So like by the time I whoop, I'm like, hey, bro, man, come work at Burger King, bro, with me. Whoop, whoop. I'm already kind of setting him up. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to quit. You know what I mean? So he don't got hired for. It wasn't that long at all.
Yeah.
That thing, I done quit, bro. Like, bro, you got me, bro. Working the job and you done quit, man. I'm like, bro, man, bro, I'm selling this weed. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's man, I forgot the question now, man. What you?
I was just asking, do you think a 9 to 5 is dead, or do you think people leverage it wrong?
I think people leverage it wrong because and even my mom, she think I hate 9 to 5s. I just talk so bad about it, and she feels some type of way because she worked 2 jobs, stuff like that. But man, ain't nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. But I think that's the problem. You got to. I feel like a 9 to 5 is a job, but I feel like everybody has a purpose, and I think a purpose is like your work. Mm-hmm. So I like to ask everybody, like, okay, that's your job, but what's your work? You know what I mean? Because I think everybody just got something else that they could, like God given, that they could do and turn it into some type of income. It's like, it never made sense for me to work for 40 years, retired 60 some years old. Then I have to fight for my retirement. I have to fight for my Social Security. You really don't want to give it to you. You may, in the state of Georgia, you may fire me before I can even retire. You know what I mean? So it kind of never really made sense to me to work for another corporation that's making billions, millions and billions of dollars, and I'm just getting the small percentage.
Right.
Now, what I love about jobs is every job I was on, I always get close to the plant managers, to the CEOs, to the, you know what I mean? And I pick their brains. And they used to love it too, you know what I mean? Like, I love that guy, you know what I mean? Until I quit. You know what I mean? But it's like a lot of jobs, man, I only went to like I said, I'm like a revolutionist. Like, I remember American Blanchard in Fitzgerald, man. I was working there in like 2013, and we was working 7 days a week, minimum wage, $7.50. You know what I mean? Every day. And at the time, I needed the money. I had just gave my life to God. I had got a 645i, BMW. So I'm feeling good about myself, and I gotta pay. I gotta keep this thing rolling. You know what I mean? So I wasn't tripping on working 7 days. I didn't have no kids at the time, but there's people there that they just come in the break room, and I don't like complaining. I don't like gossiping. It's just a lot of stuff that people do, especially in the time where we from. I never liked it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, y'all always coming in here complaining. Like, if y'all really bought it, like, let's go on strike. Oh, no, everybody went to talk to them. No, you crazy. I need my job, man. I got to feed my kids. I said, man, y'all come here every day talking about how some of y'all only see your kids to put them on the bus, and then you go to work, and we've been working 7 days a week. I'm like, man, I'm tired of hearing y'all complaining. I'm not tripping about being here 7 days a week. Yeah, let's do something about it.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to do nothing. So I got so tired, man. One day I was coming from break, and everybody kind of thought I was crazy anyway. So I'm walking, and I said, man, you know what? I'm going to talk to the plant manager. I told one of the pilots, he's like, bro, you lying. I'm like, nah, for real. I'm tired of y'all. You know what I mean? So the door was kind of cracked, and I remember, I think his name was, I can't even remember the name, but he was literally the plant manager. Big white guy. Everybody was intimidated at him because he come and he had people crying and stuff. Like, so I knocked on the door, real kind of bold. He like, come in. I walked in. I say, look, boss man, check this out. Check this out. I'm talking just like that talk. I'm like, check this out. You know what I mean? And I just was taught at an early age, look, you look a man dead in the eyes when you're talking to him. No matter who it is, you show no fear. You know what I mean? Give him a man firm handshake with it. I'm looking in the eyes. I'm like, look, man, check this out. We done work like 35 days straight. And I don't think that's even legal. You're like, no, you haven't worked 35 days. So I say, let me cut you off because I worked them. so I've been counting them. You know what I mean? I say, nah, I'm not tripping. I need the money, honestly. But everybody else is actually complaining because they can't see their kids, this and that, and this and that. I say, man, y'all gonna have to do something, man, about this, because I'm tired of hearing these folk complaining. He say, sat up, he say, you got some nerve coming in my office and speaking with such authority. He say, but I tell you what, I'll get with your supervisor, and we'll start doing, we'll start figuring out how we could rotate y'all and get you at least 2 days off, and we'll start it off with you. Man, they did that like a couple weeks later, and I had joined a group called 5 Links. I was up here at a 5 Links conference or whatever.
You didn't quit.
And hey, I had did the 2 days. I was supposed to come back that day. You know what I mean? So my supervisor called me. He like, Mr. Wells, you coming to work today? I say, nah, I ain't gonna make it today. He say, well, we gave, now you did all that, and they gave you the first one to do it. They gave you the 2 days off. I say, man, I'm not coming back. He say, well, you got to come back. I say, man, I quit, man. And I quit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I never, like, I hate being in a position where people feel like they can control me or tell me what to do. You know, and I don't, I don't mind, you know, I'm so humble, man. I'm one of the humblest cats you can meet, but don't try to like throw your weight around and make me feel like I just need this job. Like, nah, bro, I don't need this job, bro. Especially at the time, you know, I ain't, like I said, I ain't had no kids, so I could, but even when I got kids, I still move crazy like that, man. Like, you just can't, come on, man, I'm a man at the end of the day, man. Like, put my pants on just like, and I know how to make some money. Even if I gotta stand on the corner and get 5 cases of them and sell them for $1, I'ma make me some money. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now going through where you were to where you done came to where you at now, you know, it's success. So how do you handle, you know, where you are and now people are starting to come along just be like, oh, what's up, man? What's, you know, like how do you handle the success and how do you handle like you said, being an alien, being out there by yourself and people start to see that you are the asset. So how do you handle your access or giving people access to you at this point?
And it's hard. I do a lot of praying, bro. A lot of praying and just seeking God, bro. Cause it may come from that trauma again. Like I don't trust a lot of people, man. Like for real. Like I don't trust a lot of people. Like even certain when I first came to Christ or whatever, like 14 years ago, I was down for whatever. Okay, you want to book me? Cool. And I had such a good heart, I didn't really charge. You know what I mean? I just used to do everything free. Free t-shirts. Yeah, I mean, I print 100 CDs and maybe pass out 95 of them. You know what I mean? People used to get on to be like, man, you got it. But it's just like, that was my heart. But now I kind of realize, man, like, people will use you, man. Like, especially church folks. You know what I mean? They will prostitute your gift. I promise you. You know, if you allow them to, man. So like, now, man, I just had to realize my value. And I had to realize it don't matter what it is. People pay for what they value.
Right.
Like, your thing may be cars. Like, somebody may say, man, that's crazy. You put $150,000 in that car? And you like, yeah, that's my thing. But then they may put $150,000 into Jordans or,
right.
You know what I mean? So everybody has their thing that they value. And I just realized like, okay, money, seek God when you called on, come up with you a price and stick to the price. You know what I mean? Like I'm always willing to negotiate with people or this or that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't allow as much access as I used to. You know what I mean? And that's just a protection of my own energy, man. Like cause if I could, I would just help everybody. I would just give to everybody. I would just, and I did so much giving, pouring. I was drained and nobody was pouring into me. You know what I mean? So I just had to really just, on a case by case basis, like, okay, Lord, do you want me to do this or not? Cause and it's even the thing like in the church and then stuff like that, like, shoot, if it makes sense and it make the money like, oh, this God right here, we'll just say it's God. But like, I truly believe like be anxious for nothing, but in everything like prayer and supplication, like making your request known unto God. So I like try to take everything to God. I recall like I was in Pittsburgh, God had sent me up there. And one of my partners I went to college with, he hit me up. He like, bro, don't you got your CDLs? Cause going through my divorce, I actually, when he got my CDL, I do so much. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm like, okay, I didn't graduate from college. I got locked up, went to prison. And I'm like, this CDL is like a college degree. So I know if all else fails, shoot, I can hop in a truck tomorrow. You know what I mean? Long as my record clean or whatever like that. But it's like, I just, see, right then I kind of lost my train of thought where I was at.
We're talking about, the CDL, going from that to prison, then the CDL, and the CDL being a tool and an avenue that you can go back to anytime.
Yeah, so it's like, I really was like, okay, let me do this, because this something I can always, fall back on. And that's what I was saying. So my partner hit me up. He like, bruh, I just need a driver for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, bet. You know what I mean? Let me chop it up with I just call him the plug. Let me chop it up the plug, get back at you. He was like, you know, bro, we can do it however. I pay you $1,500 a week or shooting at the time. I needed that little paper, you know what I mean? So I took it to God and the Spirit was like, no. I'm like, bro, like, what's up? Then like a couple years ago, I had another opportunity where, you know, where they say, write the vision, make it plain. I had a vision. I'm like, I want to make $10,000 a month. This was probably like during COVID. I want to make $10,000 a month. Wrote it down. Got a call from my cousin. He like, cool, got a job for you with these Russians. $2,500 a week out there in Cali. You know what I mean? I'm like, $25 a week. That's 10 bands a month. Yeah, gotta be you, God. I'm like, okay, boom, take it to God. God, like, nah, that ain't what I got for you in this season. I'm like, man, dang. But a lot of the time, I would just keep that stuff to myself because if you tell anybody else, man, you stupid, bro. Like, man, you better go get that money, man. God understand, man. You got to take care of your family. And that was, it kind of brought up like friction in my marriage because when I had got my CDL, I actually, when I was about to get my CDL, before I actually got my CDLs, I kind of like told her what I was going to do. And then like God was like, no, not now. I'm like, dang. So I had to double back and tell her like, well, you know, God say not now. And she like, well, I don't think God will tell you to not do something that's going to benefit your family. So it kind of like, and that's kind of my walk with God too, bro. And I'm saying that to tell people like, you can't always go for the money. You know what I mean? You can't always go for what you think makes sense for you because what God may have for you may be way bigger than that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. The times I had to turn down stuff, I never really made more money doing the things God wanted me to do, but I made more impact. So I didn't make more income, but it was a bigger outcome. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So that like, I made it to make that a saying or something, man. I do it for the outcome, not the income. Cause shoot, man, even where I'm at now, man, I don't care nothing about none of this, man. People be caught up on. I don't care nothing about this, man. If the next season of my life, God want me to doggone go chill with the homeless folks in a tent for a year, like what's up? We can do that. It's whatever. Like I'm just on earth doing my mission, man. I don't care nothing about none of this stuff for real, man. I just want to do what I'm supposed to do, man. That's it.
So obedience better than sacrifice.
And sometimes obedience is the sacrifice.
So as you continue being new type of money, great father, author, great son, leaving legacy, what kind of legacy do you want to build? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
That's tough, man.
Cause we don't want to just say you were crazy now.
I used to have a great answer for that question, but now I ain't really got nothing specific. It's almost like I feel like my work that I've done gonna speak for me. It's like my work that I've done is the legacy. I got, man, there's so much jewels in them books, in my music that I've been doing for the past 14 years. I feel like, in a sense, that's eternal life in a sense to me. Like, even when I transition, I'ma live on through them books, through my music, you know what I mean? Through my sermons, through my teachings, through everything that I gave to the world. It's gonna be so impactful because I feel like what I got is really not for like my generation. It is, but what I'm doing, I'm like shifting the collective consciousness for my kids and they kids because a lot of stuff that I say, it sound crazy. It sound, you know what I mean? It's like, it makes sense, but it ain't what people done heard before. So it's like, as I look at most great leaders, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Elijah Muhammad, Confucius, most great leaders, people don't even really get it until they transition.
Right.
So like I feel like my legacy is more so gonna be discovered after I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like years after, people gonna be like, "Oh, he wasn't crazy." You know what I mean? Like, dang, but he was on to something. He was ahead of his time, and da 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 da. You know, but it's like it's been a struggle just being me in this world, cause I never fit in, and I'm not trying to fit in, and I stick out like a sore thumb. So it's just like, you know, I just want to do my mission and so the people can get it. You know what I mean? Because like I say, a lot of this stuff is so, it's not complex, it's really simple, but it goes beyond human thought sometimes, where it's like people gonna get it when I'm gone, man. So it's like I ain't trying to rush death for them, but it's like I said, and people don't even be wanting me to say it. Like my mama, my dad, and my lady, all the women I talk to, like, man, sometimes I just want to do my mission and go home, bro. And that I ain't suicidal or nothing, but it's just like knowing that people gonna get it when I'm gone. It kind of makes me say, okay, let me just do it and just so they can get
it. Gotcha. All right, man. As we starting to wind down, man, I'm gonna just ask probably another 3-4 questions, man. Get you out of here, man. Give us one piece of game that could change somebody's life this week.
This week. I think I done already gave it. Like, stop looking at prayer as asking and begging for something, and look at it as more so judging yourself, introspection, self-reflection, and retrospection. And like, just know, like, not like I done moved past believing. Like, just know God is always with you. God is always with you, man. If that's the game. If it is game, like that's the game. Like, I feel like the Holy Spirit is the GPS of life. So all you gotta do is tap in, man, and man, once you do that, like, God will take you places you couldn't even imagine. So that's the game. God will never leave you, never forsake you, and God. Like I said, it's just a title. First of all, some people don't believe in God, right. But it's like, and this may be a little, but to me, to not believe in God is to not believe in yourself, because I just truly believe at the core of you, like, you are not your body. You know what I mean? At the core, you are. You feel me? I feel like that's just what I truly believe, because it's God's. It be so much noise, so many external distractions. We fail to realize sometimes God is in the calm. That's when you can hear God speak. That's when you can feel God. When you cut the phone off, cut the TV off. And it's like, just take a couple deep breaths and just ground yourself. And I feel like that's one of the most difficult things for human beings to do. Well, sit with theyself.
Man, listen. This is, I posted something on Instagram this morning, and I think you liked it, and that's what I was saying. Like, when you really start to tap into yourself, you realize that people be like, "Oh, you changed." It's not that I really changed. These things inside me are dormant, because I still have those thoughts, right? Like, and that's how you know it's just dormant. It's not dead. So hearing you talk about self-reflection and just, it's just, I'm just at that point now, like, I'm so tapped in to me, and people be like, you tapped into you, they think it's selfish, but it's not that. I'm tapped into me to a sense that if you are on the call before you came in here and there was an argument, that spirit that you was arguing with, I immediately feel it, like immediately. And it make me, it's nothing you did.
No.
It just make me not want to be around you.
Yeah, because
I feel like you just got to jump on me.
You aware.
And I'm so into this peace thing now. Like, I just want my peace. Like, I just want peace. Like, you know, and not to, you know, put my family business out there, but like I had to text like my siblings and my mom and just like real deal, like, listen, guys, if it's gonna cost me my peace, if it's gonna cost me emotional instability, financially, mentally, I'm unavailable. Yeah, like I'm just unavailable. Like I'm serious. Like at this juncture, like, and I tell you that on the phone all the time. Like at this juncture, I truly and utterly feel like it's finna be such a shift for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like God is telling me, whoever is connected to you at this point in this juncture in your life, you need to choose wisely. And not only choose wisely, because at this point, and I know this may sound, I'm like you at this point.
Yeah.
It may sound crazy, but I really feel like God is giving me a choice. I feel like God is telling me right now, I'm going to let you choose.
Right.
But be careful who you choose. Because when I bless you, I'm going to bless them too. And sometimes when God bless other people, them be the people that forsake you. They sit here and they sit here with you. We eating together, and the whole time we got the same amount of the meal, and you will sit there and eat all your food and look at my plate. We had the same amount. I just decided to chew a little longer. I decided to, this taste like gravy. I like how this gravy taste.
Right.
This a little too salty. You, on the other hand, like going to a buffet, people get all this stuff piled onto them, and they just doing stuff because they got it. They just doing it because they got it. It's like going to a buffet. You eat stuff you normally wouldn't eat. You know you don't eat no 2 ribeyes. Now, come on now. Now you know your stomach get tore eating macaroni and cheese. Why'd you eat macaroni and cheese? Like, I'm for real, and that's how I feel about life, man. Like, you pray for stuff and you be like, God, I'm hungry. Then God give you a plate, and then you be like, nah, this too much. I'm so tired of it. Every time I get up, da, da, da. You asked for this.
Facts.
That's what you asked for.
Facts. You living in an answer prayer.
I just, man, you know, glad you came, man. But this is really, but like I said, we winding down, man. What's next for New Typa Money, man? What's next?
I don't even know, bro.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
That's fair.
I tell people, bro, like, bro, my life, I'm walking on water. I'm just walking on water, man. And sometimes my eyes get off of Christ. But when I get to sinking, I just gotta re-put my eyes back on Christ, man. Cause sometimes I realize being multi-talented could be a curse sometimes. You know what I mean? Because I'm so good at a lot of stuff. Like they got the saying what jack of all trade, master none. Like, no, I've mastered so much stuff where it's like I could get comfortable and just stick to rapping my whole life. But I have to make sure in every season I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to do in this season? You know what I mean? Because if not, I may get comfortable right here or right there or right there. Like, man, you say what's next in my mind and my thought. I wanna direct movies. I wanna do short films. I wanna do, because I feel like I could get more or impact the culture and just society more in an hour film than an hour sermon. I say this a lot of time. What a preacher get up there and do 30, 45 minutes to an hour, I can have more impact in a 2-3 minute song.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So with me knowing that, I want to continue to merge audio and video and like help teach other people what I know. Like I want to, instead of outsourcing, I actually want to do some Tyler Perry stuff. Get a big thing and have like what y'all got right here. This for podcast. This for the studio. This is you know what I mean? Like I wanna do things of that nature, man, and just teach the generation that's coming up that, man, look, man, you can work for somebody, but you ain't gotta work for nobody. Like, seek God, see what your purpose is, man. And what I can teach you, I'll teach you, I'll help you. Like, you know what I mean? You wanna make beats, you wanna learn how to do this, do that. You wanna, like, I got that book published by somebody else, but this book and the last 2 books I did, I published myself.
Oh wow.
So now I actually know how to do that. So I'm gonna start charging for the stuff I know now. Like, I know so much, sometimes I be thinking like, dang, you know what? Like I said, I like to do everything for free, but it's like now my mind is shifting to like, this is a service. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You can walk a person through the process of a book. You can walk a person through the process of how to make a beat. You can walk a person through the process of how to mix and master. You know what I mean? How to write. Like, a lot of these rappers, they don't even know how to count bars. You know what I mean? So like, artist development, it's like I got so much that I want to do that I have to constantly seek God. Like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah. That's true.
Look, I got one more question.
Go ahead, man.
You.
Yes, sir.
So if we had to make a movie about new money, what role would you play?
Ooh, that's deep.
That is deep.
That's deep, man. I probably wouldn't even want to play a role in the movie. I would probably want to be behind the scenes, like directing, and just, you know what I mean, showing the lead actor, because I would definitely want to start as a child and, you know, work my way up to when I was older. But yeah, I would want to work with the actor and like let him get my, you know, now it's I don't know. Then I may have to play it because it's like, it's tough to be me. Like, bruh, no, like I've always been like, they used to laugh at school, like they had a little certain dap about me, and just like, I was always like, man, Bump wearing the Nike to this. I want my name on it. Like I was the first one in school with the Converses with my name, Wells, my number on it. I had the jersey with E-Money on the back. Like, I like custom. Like I took pride to be able to say, man, I'm the only one in the world with this song right now. You know what I mean? Like, and to get this, you gotta get it through me. You feel me? So it's like, I don't know a lot of people that even think like me. So I would want to play behind the scenes, but shoot, I'd probably have to take like a year showing the character like who I really was and who I am. Cause it's easy being me, but it's difficult. It's difficult, man. Cause bro know, man, like, but maybe he don't know. I didn't like the spotlight, and I never wanted to be this cat in front of the camera. You know what I mean? I always wanted to be behind the camera. That's why you probably don't know, that's why I started making beats. You know what I mean? That's why I started engineering. That's why I was trying to push my cousin Straight Drop and Gary Poo and Chad and Lil Easy, because I'm like, man, you know what? And I realized back in the day, like, that cat you see in front of the camera, he ain't the one really making all the money. He ain't the one with the big check. It's the people behind that you don't see. Them the ones, you know, the babies, the slims, you know what I mean? The engineer, that you know, those are the people that's really making the big bucks. You know what I mean? So I love to play the background, but lately, and for a long time, really probably about the past 10 years, God, like, I'm gonna let you do that one day, but nah, you gotta plow the field first. You know what I mean? Right. And honestly, that's probably because of that fight that me and God has, is probably why I haven't went to the level that I probably should go in my career with certain things, because I don't want to be the one. Because I always been popular. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of crazy. Like, people in school, I see rappers, like, they weren't popular in school. So like now they getting the girls, they got the this, the that, and they love it because they never had it. Me, I always had it and didn't want it. You feel me? Like bro, say he wanted what I had. I had so much clothes. I'm like, shoot, man, you out with me, shoot, huh, bro? You go to glasses. We go to the mall. I'm trying to pay for everybody's stuff. I want you know what I mean? You need a chain? Shoot, huh? You can hold mine. You ain't got now? Shoot, let's go. I'll go buy you one. You know what I mean? Like I'm a shine with regardless. I shine without the chain. I shine with like I always wanted my people to. If you with me, I probably was kind of a bad influence. we gonna get some money, you know what I mean?
Hey, it up paying off.
I remember when Miss Stephanie probably watching this. She was, I remember when she said, Aaron, they say you selling dope. I said, Miss Stephanie, I ain't selling no dope. They all at the job talking about, yeah, you selling dope. You got Chris. I said, Miss Stephanie, I ain't selling no dope. And in my head, I wasn't selling dope. I'm like, weed wasn't dope to me. I told weed and pills. That wasn't, to me, that wasn't dope. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't selling no dope, Miss Stephanie. We sold a lot of dope. Yeah, man. But even with that, man, I because of that, it's like to my city, I was what nobody ever seen before. This is a guy, he got both his parents in the church. You ain't got no business out here in the street. You faking. You like they thought, but this is really who I am. Like my dad was in the street. My granddaddy was a kingpin in Miami. You know what I mean? Like this, it was in my blood. So just cause you a pastor, that still don't change what's in the seed. You know what I mean? What's in you gonna come out you regardless. You feel me? So it's just like I was so misunderstood because it didn't make sense. Like how is he peaceful and violent and a hustler and a player and you know what I mean? It's like what he don't do. You know what I mean? Like you feel me? Like who wants to be around somebody that it just seemed like you just got a perfect life. Right. Not knowing, man, I've been through so much, man. Like you couldn't even probably put it in one movie. And even if you did, people wouldn't even believe it. Like I and I know we gotta go, man, but I was a youth pastor at a church in Jacksonville, and they was trying to give me my own church actually. Before I said what God sent me there to say, and
they got you on up out of there.
Yeah, got me up out of there. Lied to the congregation. Yeah, they got me up out of there. But it's like people you say all the time, like they call me Pastor Aaron. Pastor Aaron. I mean, I tell my testimony, like, you don't look like one of those, street guys, or like you was in this stuff. Like, how does that look? You know what I mean? I didn't know that had a look. You know what I mean? But it's like, I get to say, like, I don't look like what I've been through. You know what I mean? I'm 37 years old. Like, we look good for our age. You know what I mean? Because, boy, I see some of our class. Yeah. Crazy. You know what I mean? Not even trying to, but it's just all that I done been through to still look young, to still, be vibrant, to still be able to impact people and, not to glorify nothing that we did, but to be able to tell people like, man, you can change. Like, you know what I mean? And keep it real with them. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard as hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard as hell to change. Sometimes I've been through stages where while pastoring, while doing stuff, still struggled with things. You know what I mean? And it's like, people just got to understand, man, I think in this world, people are scared of authenticity. They want you to show up as the version that they think you're supposed to show up. You know what I mean? Like, when you really show up as and for a long time, I used to like try to turn myself down. Even I was always me, but I would get around certain people and I'm like, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. You know what I mean? And I always felt bad for that. And I just got to the point where like, man, you know what?
Hey, keep the switch on.
Yeah, man. Like, hey, I'm extra. I'm too much. I'm vibrant. I'm loud sometimes, and sometimes I'm quiet. Sometimes I'm peaceful. Catch me on the wrong day, I may get violent. That's who I am. You know what I mean? So it's like people like, you don't want to get out of character. All of them are character. You know what I mean? Like, all of them are character. And I live on the scripture. It's a time and a place for everything. You know what I mean? It's a time for peace, but it's a time for war. It's a time to heal, but it's a time to kill. So when it's time to kill, I ain't trying to heal. When it's time for war, I ain't trying to have peace. And a lot of people, that confuse a lot of people because it's like, who are you really? Whoever you say I am. Whoever you think I am. I know who I am. Right. So you tell me, who the man say I am?
That's it. What new type of money, man? Appreciate you coming on the episode. Busy guy. Glad that the paths, everything it lined up the way it did. Just out of the blue today. Crazy. Glad to have you, man. You dropped, man, a basket full of gems. Yeah. Somebody, I can go make another chain out of what you done dropped. For real, man. I ain't gonna make another chain, man. But you got so much going on. The masses need to know, man, where can people tap in with you at? What can they learn more about you at? Where can they get the books? Where can they get merch? Do you have daily dialogue? Do you do daily devotionals?
I'm actually, I'm New Typa Money, NEWTYPA MONEY on all social sites. And I'm kind of moving off the social sites in the future and trying to get my own little ecosystem and thing going on. So the website coming soon. You can check me out on my school app. It was the app called School, SKOOL. If you go on any of my platforms, you'll see the link tree. Everything is like in the link tree, my YouTube, all that. But like, yeah, I'm really moving more towards, and I'm encouraging anybody else. If you know how to do something, if you know how to teach something, man, go get that school app, man. Cause that's something, even if you got a 9-to-5, man, like it's moving towards, the world is moving towards community. You know what I mean? So like, if you know how to grow flowers or cars, whatever you got knowledge of, man, you can get on that school app, man, and charge. Like, you could charge people $5. And that may not seem like much, but just think, if you got a community, we'll just say 1,000 people giving you $5 every month. That's $5,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, go follow me, but at the same time, my thing is, man, go create your own. I want to create your brand. Get you some products and services. Make me come shop with you. Yeah.
All right, man. We appreciate you, man. Catch you on the next episode, man. This is the Networth Podcast. See you on the next one.